Hey, what's up folks, Jayborino here. This is Starcraft 1 Retribution. We're heading into the second mission of the Terran campaign, the Fragile Alliance Disrupt the Alien Coalition. We did the first mission real quick. I'm a little sorry. I'm not sorry that I didn't record 2 missions, but I am sorry that I should have been a little more transparent with the fact that I wasn't planning on putting out 2 videos in the same day. I understand it was very short, but let's get going here.
The preliminary studies we conducted at the ruins conclude that this planet was indeed inhabited by the Zelnaga. Numerous ruin sites on the surface contain traces of their technologies. It has come to our attention that a Zerg cerebrate is using some of these ancient technologies to control a small Protoss tribe. This intriguing development must be explored. Join me at the location I am uploading to your navigational computer. Once you have arrived, there are 2 courses of action available to us. Studying the cerebrate could yield clues to help me better locate the Argus Stone. If my ship can be maneuvered over the cerebrate, I will be able to capture it and study its secrets. However, this course of action will not sever the link the cerebrate has established with the Protoss. Hence, the aliens will remain allies, and the cerebrate's capture will likely provoke a massive attack. The other course of action is to kill the cerebrate, possibly ending this alliance and weakening the alien defenses. Understandably, the thought of the 2 races united doesn't sit well with the Iridians. As military commander, I leave this strategic decision to you.
Okay. Destroy the cerebrate's body, Archimedes must survive, or use Archimedes' ship to capture the cerebrate. I'm thinking we capture. That seems like the more interesting option. Granted, we may have to set up a bunch of defense in anticipation of an attack coming right after, or maybe he's referring to the next mission. I don't know. Let's bump up that game speed right away and start mining here. Haven't played Macro Terran for a bit of time now. You know, we were playing Legacy of the Confederation before this, which obviously is very, very different than what we're used to. So the big question is, you know, what is where on this map? I suppose we sent Archimedes around to scout for now. We're going to probably need some extra gas income for now while we look around. So there's the cerebrate. And I'm not going to do what I did last mission. I'll just go ahead and point out. You could probably tell just by the timestamp and the length of the video that I didn't end up speed rushing this, but you can imagine if I built a bunch of air units or ground units and just moved Archimedes over the cerebrate, we theoretically could win. Though when he said, you know, provoke a massive attack, I don't know if that means... Well, I don't know what that means. That could mean a number of things. Okay, you check on over here. Ooh, I like this. I like the look of this. Okay, so there's only 1 exit out of the enemy base. So first things first, we're going to get siege. We're going to get a few more siege tanks, then we're going to set up some bunkers around. We have like a semi-choke point up here. So what I can do is set up my bunkers over here. Granted, I can also assume that they're most likely going to be sending... They're most likely going to be sending a bunch of... air units as well, though I don't know. It really depends on how challenging this can get. I could come over and take this as soon as possible, and in fact, I think I will. Let's go ahead and take this. The faster you can take these expansions, the better, I assume. I guess that's as close as we can get that command center. Might as well start pumping out some extra Marines right now, and I don't know, I haven't played Terran for so long. With Protoss, you just sort of make a bunch of Zealots and Dragoons to kind of hold yourself over. So I guess what I'm thinking I do is, you know, we just do a bunch of Marines, and we do a bunch of tanks for now. Alright, so siege mode is done. By the time our SCV got here, we didn't have enough money. Again, this decision to take this fast might pay off. I hope it does. If it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. I don't know what to say about that. But siege mode is done. Again, it's going to really rely on... Okay, oh, that's right. I keep wanting... I hit E instinctively. Go ahead and hit O here. I'd like to get another bunker and just stock it up with these fellows as well. Oh, and then another bunker here. Would allow me to feel fairly safe. All right, here comes some Zealots. All right, there's 000, that's good. And we want to start our upgrades fairly quick. Meanwhile, we want to keep making SCVs. We can get double a bunch of stuff. We can get double engineering bays, double armories, probably things that we all want. That we will want, I should say. So, siege mode, and again, any ground units they try to funnel out through here will die very, very, very fast. It's just being prepared for it. We also have Jensen Archimedes. I didn't realize his name was Jensen. I like that quite a bit. Motherfucking Jensen. Okay, so, very, very soon I plan on getting double engineering bays. I feel comfortable with this amount of stuff. Jensen Archimedes can detect cloaked units or burrowed units. I'm going to anticipate probably defilers of some sort. And what I like to do is build a solid front like this, and then when we're ready, we just unsiege half of our defending tanks and start moving out. All right, so we've got this base set up. Very, very shortly, I'd like to be able to make double engineering bays so that we can start upgrading our bio, and then also we'll be able to make missile turrets, especially around this area, because I really don't want to get dropped on. That would be very, very unfortunate. I have not been paying attention to my supply at all, but luckily they start us with quite a bit, so we can get that started right now. I guess we can make a couple wraiths, though. I don't know, unless there's carriers somewhere, but at the same time I could also make a Goliaths. This is not Brood War tech, so we can't quite make that, get that really good Goliath range upgrade, unfortunately. At least the anti-air upgrade, I should say, so. Okay, and slowly but surely we'll have what we need. I feel pretty comfortable with 4 tanks for now. That should stop pretty much any ground attack that's going to come at us right now. Let's go ahead and get our engineering bays. Wow, engineering bays are very large. Seem very, very large in this game, comparatively. I don't really like getting stim, to be honest. In multiplayer, I recognize the benefits, but this is not multiplayer, so I kind of feel that, I kind of feel like without medics, stim is not really worth it in a single-player sense. All right, let's throw this down. We might end up moving this so that we can get a comsat station here. Yeah, we'll move this engineering bay. I didn't really think about that. So we don't need a comsat station right away, and really I'm just focusing on getting more minerals. So not a big deal right now. Go ahead and keep mining. It's probably enough SCVs here. Let's go ahead and throw another one on gas. I already have an engineering bay. Cancel that. Lift this off. Move it up here. I should have noticed that way in advance, but that's okay. I could get nukes. I'll save that for another day. I'd like to do nukes of some kind, but I guess right now is not quite the time. Okay, and here I thought siege tanks would be able to do a little bit better, but not really. We'll get a couple more. I mean, we're going to be moving out with siege tanks later anyway, so let's go ahead and get some more barracks. Let's go ahead and get another factory. I can only assume we're at, like, top tech already. Let me assume we can make battle cruisers. Of course we can. It's just, it's like a poor design decision, I think, just to give full access to a tech tree all the time. But at the same time, it's possible that the designers, like, just expected people to be playing this after the main campaign, so it's less of a standalone campaign and more of a follow-up campaign, I suppose. Okay, so it's W and A. It's slightly different than Starcraft 2, and always a little jarring to get used to the slightly different hotkeys, you know? Alrighty, maybe you don't know. I don't know. Throw this down. See, armories seem to be smaller than engineering bays. It's very strange. It's not that strange, but it's a little strange. I like to hotkey my comsats to 890 and possibly more. Okay, now we've got the income that we're looking for here. I'll go ahead and throw down another refinery, which I'm going to assume we're going to need later. In fact, for now, go ahead and start making some turrets. You know what I could do is set up tanks over here and bring Archimedes and just kind of scout over that little area, and we can just start getting rid of stuff that way. That might actually be the right decision here. I get another machine shop.
Yes, sir.
Armories are coming up, and I think we want to get a science facility so that we can get +2 of everything later. Marines, and honestly, I'm thinking we get a bunch of firebats too. They're very, very good against zealots, zerglings, and of course, Dark Swarm might be an issue. It might be. I'm probably not even going to bother with ship weapons if we're not making any ships. Maybe we'll make some wraiths, but I really don't find that to be worth it. Let's just continue making depots. The big thing about Terran I've noticed, I feel like their base layout takes up the most space. I'm making that up. I really have nothing to justify that. You would think maybe Protoss would take up more space because you're forced to use pylons. So I take everything I said back. I am a fool. That's fine. All right, so come on up here. Let's get another barracks right there. Science facility's done. I'll get covert. Nah, I don't have much space, but yeah, sure. We'll get a covert. We'll get covert ops. Why not? Probably because we, don't have the money to necessarily justify that, but that's okay. Let's just queue up a shit ton of Goliaths. We can afford everything. We can afford anything we want right now. The enemy attacks really aren't terrifying. We have enough tanks now where this is going to work out probably fine. We might start losing bunkers here. Yes, so we're at the moment now where we're going to start losing bunkers. Ultimately not the biggest of deals. We're going to just rebuild them. Just get even more tanks, I suppose. Let's just go ahead and make this bunker a little bit further back than our last one. And there are the Mutalisks. Get on down there. But now we know kind of the direction that they're coming from. So we want to make some missile turrets over here. They're not dropping on me or anything, so that's fine. That's good, I should say. That's very, very good. Move these up and up and up. Queens. All right, great. There's going to be queens on the map, which means that they're going to be using Spawn Broodling a lot on me, so that's great. So we're definitely going to want to start making a bunch of turrets along the edge here. Let's keep making lots and lots of tanks. What I want to do is bring Marines and tanks over to the left side, and then what I'd like to do is start sieging with the anticipation that the enemy will retaliate. So that's why we're going to need a reasonable amount of turrets over here to defend us from that retaliation. Keep queuing up. So actually, let's get another ComSat station here in case we need it. I probably could have afforded to be a little more aggressive here, but I have not been, unfortunately. I probably should have, though, in retrospect. All right, upgrades W and A.
Ready to roll out.
I guess I'll get some ghost upgrades. All right, we got scouts coming from the other side. We can get just a couple missile turrets. Very, very strange idea to think that the Zerg have taken over a Protoss tribe. Very, very strange, but hey, it's new, it's interesting, I'll take it. And we still just need a lot of money here. Just more and more money. Let's go ahead and throw these guys into bunkers. Honestly, stocking these with more fire bats might be the better option, just to get rid of zealots. Okay, so these units come on over here. We're gonna start sieging across the way. Where's Jensen? Let's bring Jensen to do it. Jensen, come here. We're gonna rally him around. I don't want him to get caught out. All right, more Goliaths, and then vehicle weapons and armor. And I guess more Marines.
Not enough minerals.
As we just wait for more and more money. And let's just keep making a ring of turrets around this base here. And another supply depot. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's see if we're able to siege over this. I could make some drop ships and drop tanks on the top here, but honestly, that seems really time-consuming. Well, hey, we're gonna get rid of one sunken colony. Was it worth it? Doubtful, but hey, it was something. I could probably do this all along the entire edge, like here and here, and we'll just move these units along the edge and see if we can pick off any colonies from the outside. Spawn Broodlings, seriously, is just so annoying because it whittles away at you when you're not watching. They're just going to keep doing that, too. Come on up here. And as we slowly repair, we'll build more. Okay, I shift-queued that, but apparently shift-queuing doesn't always work in StarCraft 1. It works for some things. It works for movement and attacking, but not for anything building-related, it seems like. Oh, you think I don't see this shit? Oh, my word. I take everything I said back. Defense Matrix. Yes? Jensen, you're a hero! Okay, well, I say it's time to start moving a little bit here. We're going to keep making more and more turrets. Apparently, this is where we need turrets. Marines, Marines, Marines. So this is the composition you're going to be seeing a lot. It's going to be Marine, Tank, Goliath, with probably some fire bats sprinkled in case we get Dark Swarmed, which will happen. Without a doubt, that will happen. All right, see, now we're running short on Vespian. I kind of took it for granted a little early on. Okay, well, hey, I'd say we have a reasonably sized army. I can throw down a save here, and I really just want to get moving. I do like to siege and creep slowly, but after a certain amount of time, I just kind of get tired of doing it. So we'll see how much siege creeping I'll do, maybe to break through some initial defenses, but I don't find it incredibly necessary right away. I need more turrets over here, too, for when they start bringing more units over here. So I will bring Jensen. He's not Archimedes, he's Jensen now. Another big thing with StarCraft 2 is if one of your units gets attacked, then suddenly... Oh my god, that's so annoying. If one of your units gets attacked, then suddenly all of your units will start running up in an attempt to defend them. Like a very, very obnoxious and fast way. Okay, so let's just hotkey these guys to 1. Go ahead and siege up. Gotta blast our way through this incoming Protoss attack. That's fine. This is a great rally point right here. Let's just set up most of our defenses, and I just have to get to the cerebrate. So I realistically could just stay grouped up right here. And let's rally up my barracks up to this direction and just make a shit ton of Marines to follow up. We've got more tanks on the way. We're in good shape to get +3. We should be able to afford it for everything right now. Perfect. I might even make some ghosts just for the longer range. Let's move these fellows up. We still have a decent-sized army here. We could even make some missile turrets just to kind of have a place to back up to if necessary. Go ahead and hotkey these. And again, we theoretically just have to fight our way to the cerebrate, so maybe we're in good shape. They're trying to flank me right here. I don't know if they think I can't see them over here or not, but I will have to move probably a couple things over. So it's a relatively bland map. Like if the enemy had some like serious defenses in this area, it could be really interesting, but they don't, so it's not. So, it's so interesting, a cerebrate being defended by cannons. Really, really neat. Good, siege up. Siege up. And everybody move up. And cover the tanks that are moving up. There's a defiler. Kill that thing. All right, perfect. That could have gone very, very poorly. Might as well throw down like a bunker here just in case.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, how is this going? Seems to be pretty good. Looks like we got plagued here. I'd like to move up with Archimedes. We have nothing to dispel plague, so I'll just queue up a bunch of repairs. Alright, back up. The Zerg are reacting. They're very upset with me. I mean, I would be too. I'm attacking their master. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't attack the cerebrate. Wait a minute. Please stop. Unsiege. Move away. Where's Archimedes? Move on up, Archimedes. Stop. 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 Okay, so let's try this. Well, actually, let's save right now. And we have a nice little perimeter set up here. So, oh, Reavers. Aha. Watch out for those Reavers. Okay, Archimedes, stop attacking the cerebrate. Archimedes, get there.
I begin my studies of the cerebrate. Meanwhile, protect my ship from the alien hordes.
Okay. It exploded, possibly just so that you don't attack it anymore. Oh dear. Okay, so this is what I thought would happen. They do end up coming in with a. Oh my God! They were not kidding. They were not kidding. Okay, well, did I save right before this? I did. We do have enough stuff here. We need to move up with everything else and siege up, like, as soon as possible, and protect Archimedes. Back up, friend, back up, friend. Okay, it's quite possible we'll still survive. Okay, so what are our objectives right now? Kill the unified aliens. So we actually do have to kill everything. I should have known. So let's get more Goliaths. And more Goliaths. I realize now they wiped out my my other base, and I completely missed that. Totally missed it. We kind of just have to wait right now. Archimedes, though. Archimedes, though. Let's bring some fellows up here.
Receiving headquarters.
Okay, well, he can be moved back, so now we have to kill everything. Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess let's move down in this direction. So those Mutalisks were definitely spawned, right? I really would like to find primarily the Protoss encampment just to get rid of. This Wraith has been... I guess it helped a little bit, right? We're repairing Archimedes. That could have been a disaster. There's some Ultralisks up there. Siege up. So we captured the Cerebrate. We did not destroy it. So he warned us about this. He basically said, your job is going to get harder if you don't kill the Cerebrate. But who knows? Maybe this will lead to some sort of alternate path, like from like from the Protoss campaign. Who knows? I see a robo facility. I'd like to destroy that, like, immediately. Archimedes has so much health. I kind of need to move over and try to take this base again. Are there enemies over here? I don't know, but I'd like to take this, retake this, rather. The enemy probably will not be attacking my base right now. I can't imagine they would. They very well might, but I can't imagine they would. All right, rally on up here, friends. All right, get out of the way. I don't know where those Hydralisks went after they attacked over here. I assume they were Hydralisks. I thought I saw them drop. Remember, I'm like, I don't think I can't see ya. And then they just completely circumvented me and murdered me. So, okay, I see a lot of tech here. This is great. So let's move up and again, just continue to protect the tanks. Let's see about getting rid of some of this tech. It's hard because it's like, do you move up with the tanks first? Do you move up with everything else first? Because the tanks will draw a lot of heat. I could be using Archimedes more. Okay, and these Goliaths need to move up as soon as possible. What's happening over here? Looks like stuff just got a little sidetracked. All right, Archimedes, move on up. The enemy is certainly reacting to me being here. They are not happy. If we can get rid of these tech buildings, though, I don't know how much these tech buildings actually affect what the enemy can build. That's kind of a big question for me. All right, you build tanks. It's T, isn't it? Not S. And then Goliaths are G. I mean, what I could do is start laying down some bunkers here, too. Go ahead and rally up Marines. Lots and lots of Marines. Maybe even some fire bats. Again, I'm a little scared of Dark Swarm. Not enough money. So we need to get mining over here. Oh, I lost a lot of SCVs. I mean, a lot of them I pulled off from this mineral line, and then this side, you know, was destroyed. So one of the big differences, though, is I don't expect them to be making much progress against me now that I'm inside their base. I'm getting rid of their production. But I really do need more tanks and such. Let's go ahead and repair this fellow. And let's see if we can just keep a push on against the Zerg. I have to be careful not to roll in range of siege tanks. Or not siege tanks, sunken colonies. I have a very bad habit of doing that. Just set up a small area here to kind of give us advance warning if we're going to get flanked. Okay, and I've got a lot more tanks coming up. I need more tanks coming up. And we need to resaturate this base as soon as possible. Gas is fine. Minerals is what we really, really need right now. Very, very easy to lose, I think, a lot of your units very quickly as Terran. I mean, really as any race. Zerg, though, you expect it. Protoss, less so. Generally, I think it's really a Terran type thing. You have to be really, 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 really careful. Pretty much every move you make. All right, move on up. Not you, Archimedes. All right, so Archimedes. What is defense matrix? It's D. You need to keep that in mind. All right. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, well.
Yes.
Come on down here. I'm gonna lose that bunker. Maybe not. Repair it. I guess you guys hop into this one. This base is okay for now. Okay, let's keep the push on. We have units rallying up. This is good. We have 5 tanks again. Let's keep inching up and trying to get just rid of as much of their tech as possible. That's just absolutely key right now. There's the sunken colonies. I always underestimate siege tank, not siege tank, but sunken colony range. Always. All right, I see a hive. Let's move on over here and get this this fellow. They definitely have another big base over to the left. That's for certain. What's this down here? A spore colony. Tank, why don't you come on down here? We're going to start getting rid of random colonies that are down here, maybe with a single tank. Maybe with a single tank. Right there. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and allocate all of our SCVs to mining. Alright, so this did not go as well as I wanted to, but hey, you know, you wanted an actual macro mission if you didn't like my speed running strats last time. Now you get a full-on mission. Also, I took the harder path, of course. The Protoss either would have become neutral or they would have attacked the Zerg with me, possibly. I don't know what would. I honestly have no idea what would have happened, but it's interesting to think what could have happened. Okay, so let's rally our Marines all the way up. All right, let's not attack into the sunken colonies. Let's not. Let's move up with the tanks first. Random Scourge. You got to be careful with Archimedes. He did get hit by some Scourge, and I got really, really, really lucky. The big thing was I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. All right. So annoying. So annoying with the queens. All right, I want to clean out this whole area right now. What happened to you, tank? Why did he unsiege? Oh, you know what? I had him hotkey probably and told him to. It's my own fault, I suppose. It always is, you know. All right, Archimedes, move on up. We should have a lot of Marines coming up, and Marines are exactly what we need. I will get some more Goliaths and rally them to the center here, and then what I'm going to do is get a few extra tanks, rally them to the middle, and maybe push in from the other side of the Zerg base. I should have known this would have ended with a destroy everything. It always seems to. Okay, so we have our tank ball, and then we have our non-tank ball. That's kind of how my forces are split right now, and that's how they have to stay. Oh, well, I screwed it up. Screwed it up, should not have done that. All right, well, we should have more tanks coming up. Doesn't look like there's a colony down there. We're gonna move this tank up and just keep getting rid of these buildings that we're inevitably gonna have to kill later. There's a fleet beacon down here, interesting. All right, well, that tank should clean all this up himself. Do not let those drones in. Do not let those drones in to rebuild a goddamn thing. Very, very strange base layout in here. Like, the enemy bases, it's just, like, all over the place. Just gotta keep crawling with tanks, unfortunately. Yes, kill that thing. No more spawn broodlings. I assume they're making queens. Like, we killed the queens that they have with a lot of energy, and then what's ending up happening is they're respawning them, and then they just come at us with ensnare because they don't have enough energy to parasite. So it's basically, if you're on the defensive, the queens will sit and wait for enough energy, but otherwise, they'll come and kill you. Pretty decent amount of defense here, but I think I have enough tanks at this point. Well, not tanks, but we have enough units in general. Our non-tank ball is enough to push through this kind of stuff. We have more stuff here. Let's get some more siege tanks. Is T. Never gonna get that right. And now we've got our income back. You Marines, I feel pretty safe. Let's just go ahead and move on up with you guys. Okay, I've overextended. Let's go ahead and hang out. Let's go ahead and hang out here. I'd love to move these tanks up just a little bit and then push in with my other group that's in the middle of the encampment, if you will. So let's stick to the top area. Here. You fellows just need to hang out. Meanwhile, we've got this group that we could use to either meet up with our first group or we push from another direction. I'm thinking we push from another direction. I'm gonna get rid of this sunken colony. Just sunken colonies everywhere. Just the act of putting colonies everywhere just feels like such a lazy way to make a map more challenging. Just so lazy. Alright, I'd really prefer if that tank did not die, but that's okay. Okay, alright, we've got a lot of tanks coming up. I always seem to have a lot of tanks coming up. Alright, that layer is going down, so this group is doing its thing and pushing up properly. And then we've got to make sure we keep getting more Marines. No Dark Swarm, only 1 or 2 Plagues. I think, arguably, Terran is my worst race. I think Zerg is my... In StarCraft 1, Zerg is probably my best race, just based off of how I ended up playing with... on Insurrection. I think Insurrection went really, really well. So I think, you know, again, when it comes to like how I play with certain races, I think Zerg is my best, Protoss second, and then Terran. Like, by a pretty wide margin, too. I think Terran is probably my worst race, unfortunately. All right, lots of Marines spilling up, lots of tanks, too. Let's move these up and start getting rid of these. This guy did his thing. There's definitely another colony over here. I don't want to stop with this strange side push as well. Okay, let's move on in. one or two hits from the sunken colony or from the siege tank. Why do I keep mixing up siege tanks and sunken colonies? I keep doing it. Okay, unsiege here. Now we just got tons and tons of units spilling in. Archimedes is still up here. We could have used him for some defense matrix later. Just not really in the habit of doing it, I suppose. All right, misclicks here. Misclicks here are just absolutely killing me right now. Defense matrix. Okay, well, not fast enough. Either way, we've encircled the enemy. There may very well be a lot more left. Just a lot of crap left on this map. It's just like, good lord, there's so much that could be on this map. It's just absurd. So let's just grab these random Marines and just auto attack in this direction and see what they can do. There's the tanks that we need. There's the tanks that we need. And slowly but surely we'll whittle away at these buildings too. So now, with these tanks, it seems like the Zerg have no production anymore. I don't know what I was doing with that SCV. Mistakes were made, and they were definitely made by me. Okay, so let's keep pushing again. It's just there's like 1 billion sunken colonies, so they just are able to whittle away. And I want to point out again, just similar to the, the other campaign, the Protoss campaign, I could just make mass battle cruisers, just like I could have made mass carriers that entire campaign, and it would be just horribly boring, but I will not do that. I refuse to do that. Keep inching up with tanks. Keep inching up with tanks. Stop attacking right into the static defense. I guess I told those guys to do that. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is consolidate now, just get all my tanks together and push from the bottom up and finish this up. And then we've got one more colony up here. It's a spore colony, so just kill it like normal.
Your forces are under attack.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys move in and siege. The rest of you just cover them from scouts. Archimedes, come on down. I've lost so many units. See, I think I've, like, without a doubt, lost more units in this mission than most of the Protoss campaign. It's absolutely wild. Again, it's probably the setup of the enemy base. It's more annoying than anything. Like, it's definitely a war of attrition. If this second base wasn't available, this would be, I think much more challenging. I would have had to have micromanaged how I spend my money, what sorts of strategies I use, as opposed to just sort of throwing units at the enemy. I'm playing this more like Zerg than I am Terran, I think, at this point. Really want to get rid of whatever other nexus they may have. Stop them from trying to rebuild. You know how I feel about rebuilding. The answer is, it's terrible. Go ahead and rally up a bunch more Marines. And now we will sit and wait to slowly just destroy everything that's left. Get rid of some of these random overlords that are just kind of hanging out. I guess what I could do is irradiate one or two. They clump up, so it's kind of funny to watch them all die because they're clumped up like clowns. All right, well, I'm losing Goliaths again. I was saying earlier on my way into the base that you have to be careful with static defense, because if you're moving up with a large ball of units, what tends to happen is one unit will get attacked by like a sunken colony, and then the entirety of the rest of your force will just get really pissed and then just run in and try to avenge their fallen partner. And because of the restriction on how many units that you can have selected, you run into issues because you can't stop them all from running in. So you have to be very, very careful when you're initiating. God damn it! Doesn't that seem like it would be far enough away? It's crazy. After playing this game so much, I still get it wrong. Alright, let's head on up. I also have a sneaky suspicion. Let's go ahead and send Archimedes up here, just to see if they've rebuilt something. Because, see, these probes are moving out and trying to set stuff up here. Doesn't seem like there's very much defense left, so let's go ahead and do this. See, I feel like if this was a sunken colony, we'd be in range of this cannon. But those stats aren't readily available for Starcraft. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. But I'm just going to assume sunken colonies have at least the range of photon cannons, if not more. I'm sure someone can clarify that. I'm sure someone knows offhand, too. They don't even have to look it up. I'm sure someone just knows. All right, so this should be it. We've done our due diligence. Let's check over here. Ah, the classic kill everything map. So we've taken the cerebrate captive. A strange proposition, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's been long enough. Oh my god. You know, I was looking up there, and I thought there's nothing up there. Because I thought if there's something, it would be like some version of a creep colony. But no.
Receiving headquarters.
It's a pylon. Okay, Wraith, move on up. So when the map is fully revealed, it really sheds some light on what this map is. It is a giant flat map, no ramps, no high ground, no water, nothing. There's just some walls and then just a giant sprawling base with a billion sunken colonies and cannons. That's what this mission was. I suppose protecting Archimedes was fairly interesting, and it was kind of close there. I easily could have lost him because he was very, very low, like 10% of his health at most. So, I don't know. It went fine. Interesting mission. I look forward to the next one. I'll see you then. Bye now.